Hey there, YouTube. Crypto Force here. I just wanted to make a video and kind of shed some light on what's been going on with cryptocurrency in the news. We've had some pretty big players moving into the scene as of late. Goldman Sachs had actually talked about cryptocurrency a little while ago. We've had some institutions, Fidelity's been talking about it lately, the IMF, as well as some billionaires like Jack Dorsey. Basically, he's the founder of Square. He also founded Twitter. And what's interesting about it is, in this article where he, discusses cryptocurrency and blockchain's the next big thing to unlock, he was talking about how blockchain can basically serve so many more purposes than just finance. And here's a little blurb about that. And so what he basically gets down to is, blockchain's not going anywhere. It's here to stay. There are so many relevant uses for it. We just haven't figured out how to unlock all the things that can be utilized for. His company has been accepting payment in Bitcoin since 2014. He holds quite a bit of Bitcoin, but never disclosed how much. But watching big players like that move in and start talking about it publicly, it's pretty huge. And I'm sure he's doing it for his own reasons too, since he probably does have, I would guess, a substantial amount of Bitcoin as well as other coins. Another big thing that happened in the news just yesterday, U.S. lawmakers draft bill protecting cryptocurrencies from government interference. Now, when you hear that, you say, "Oh man, yeah, this is great." Which, in a sense, it's good, but it's also bad. The interesting thing is the government's saying, old drug dealers are using, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies to anonymously pay for drugs. I mean, it even goes to as far as talk about, the lady who was kidnapped and was going to be sold on the dark web. I believe it was like in England or something, that, the people wanted to get paid in Bitcoins and stuff. So, I understand there's got to be regulation, but when the government wants to help you out, it's because they want a piece of the pie too. So, in order for them to make their money, they have to regulate it. So, I don't like the negative spin on it, which, I'm sure it's, some people do use it for the wrong reasons, but at the end of the day, they want to get their tax money and they want to, have their fingers in it. So that's another reason why, Coinbase, you're so limited on how much money you can spend, like $200 a week from a debit card, or you can go up to $2,500 a week with a bank transaction, but the bank transaction takes like 5 business days. And that's all due to government regulation. But the good thing about this is, it does need to be regulated to some extent. And I think this will help it definitely go more mainstream and be more viable once companies and corporations start seeing the government believes in it enough that they have to regulate it. And there's actually, I believe he's a congressman, or he was a former congressman or senator. And I believe he actually works for Coinbase now, and he's one of the ones that's talking about these bills. But I may be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that that's what I had read. And so I think it's going to actually help out the regulation. I just don't want it to get crazy regulated, but we all know it will eventually be that way. Some other big news today in the cryptocurrency world: Philippine Central Bank grants first cryptocurrency exchange licenses. And I don't know if anybody's been keeping up with where cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, your main buyers have been coming from the last a couple weeks, if not months, is out of Korea and Japan. So the Asian markets, they really believe in this cryptocurrency. It seems like, from the amount of purchases they're implementing on the different exchanges. And so now basically the Philippines has granted licenses to 2 local Bitcoin exchanges. So we'll be able to see a lot more traffic and possibly some more hands jumping into the crypto world, which will help it grow. The quicker this stuff grows, exponentially the prices will go up on the ones that are going to make it, on the legitimate crypto coins. And let me see. One of the things I wanted to research about this stuff, I always wondered, how many people actually are involved in cryptocurrency, because I remember back in the mid 90s, I was young then, I was a teenager, but in the mid 90s, people talk about internet email. It's like, what the heck is that? I didn't know what it was, didn't care to know what it was. And then around the late 90s, people say, oh yeah, you can send an email, and you had to wait for the modem to go, and I'm thinking this ain't ever going to work out. And the people that saw that technology for what it was, they invested heavily in it, and really didn't even have to invest heavily in it. And then all of a sudden, those are the people that, had all the money. They were almost like rich overnight. But then if you didn't catch the so basically, if you didn't, those people that invested in the stuff, overnight it seemed like they had all the money. They were all wealthy, retired at a young age. And then everybody else saw it once the world started buying into it, and they said, oh, we got to get in this, make money. But they bought in at the peak, and then the drop was steep. The dot-com bubble busted, and those that were late to the party, it didn't make it. So the interesting thing about this article that I found from University of Cambridge is it talks about global cryptocurrency, and it basically states that less than 0.04% of the population, and this report was done this year, and I believe it was in March. I'm not 100% certain. I think it was in March. But it said less than 0.04% of the population is involved in cryptocurrency, and there's a total of only like 14 million wallets, unique wallets, that are actually created right now. So, this market hasn't even been touched yet. So I really believe what's going to really kick off this is, I've heard several people from Goldman Sachs talking to different people involved in these actual cryptocurrencies, the developers, saying mid to late next year, other coins other than Bitcoin, they're reaching contracts and agreements to where other businesses will actually accept their cryptocurrency. Now, if that happens, this cryptocurrency market, it will explode like we haven't seen yet, because everybody else is going to start seeing the value of it and start jumping on the train. So, take it for what it's worth. I'm not a financial advisor. I hate that everybody has to always say that. I'm obviously not a financial advisor. I mean, I've done some, day trading stuff in my life, but, I'm by no means rich or anything like that. But I really believe in this technology. I think that you have the opportunity to really be wealthy and make some money off of it if you're smart and you really study what you're buying, and that this technology will be the next big boom, and you want to catch it before it gets to the peak, and then you buy in and then it drops off on you. So do your homework, and if you guys have any articles that you read you want me to talk about, just send me the links, and I'd be glad to share them. I'm always wanting to learn more about this stuff, and especially from a global perspective, where we're headed with it, because like I said, every day it's getting bigger and bigger and building more and more momentum and speed. So hopefully it'll all work out. If you like this video, just like, subscribe, and share it with others. And until next time, this is Crypto Force signing out.